This is not a dumb question because I'm about to go in depth right now, so grab a snack or something because it's gonna be a long video. So the quick answer is no, but it really depends on what you're using, and I think it's different for everybody. So starting with brows, I don't think you can feel the pencils really. If you're using a brow gel, you can probably feel it at first because it's kind of like glue for your eyebrows. After you're done doing your brows, you can feel, you kind of get used to the feeling. It just feels like a little bit tight, I guess, but it feels like nothing. I'm not a brow girly though, so like I'm very simple with my brows. So maybe other people that are like experts with the brows, they could give you like a different answer, but I barely do anything with the brows. So I do go in with like an eyeshadow primer. Eyes, you're creating a canvas, and it does feel like a little thick, but like honestly, like you get used to it to a point where you don't even feel like it at all. For eyeshadow, you definitely don't feel any of like the powder eyeshadows when you're like blending out like the matte eyeshadows. The only reason why I think you would feel anything if a formula is very creamy or like glitter. If you're using glitter glue on top of your eyes, you can definitely feel the heaviness of it, but then of course you get used to it after. And then when you put on like that glitter and stamp it on, you can kind of feel like, oh no, it's like a little tight there, but it's like not uncomfortable or anything. So for the most part, anything on your eyes, including like liner, mascaras, eyeshadow, you shouldn't feel it at all. So in terms of face, I think the most it'll feel like is like you having moisturizer on your skin, and you should probably like usually have moisturizer to hydrate your skin anyways, but I would say that's the most intensity, maybe like a little bit more. This also goes for any primer that you put on the face. It's just like skincare, like moisturizer, any cream that kind of just melts into your skin. So I think your base really depends on what you're using. I usually use a tinted moisturizer because I like how light it is. Some people like to use like, you know, heavy foundation or light foundation, but when I do use foundation, like something like a fuller coverage, I definitely can feel it on my skin. It's like a very light layer, and I have like very, I don't know, I feel like my skin is really oily, so I can really feel it like in my pores, and I do not like the feeling of that. So if you want something lighter, I would suggest like a tinted moisturizer, a BB cream, but it's honestly, having foundation is not that bad. You just really need to like test it out and see what you like. Concealer is the same way. There are lighter coverage versus heavier coverage, but I do like heavier coverage concealer because I want it to conceal stuff on my face, and that's okay with me because I'm not putting it all over my face, just like certain areas. And some people don't even go into foundation, they just have concealer on the base. And honestly, any creams like after that, like bronzer, contour, blush, highlight, it's just you don't feel them at all. They blend like effortlessly into your skin. So powder is different for everyone because I know some people, they really like to pack on the powder onto their face and like let it bake, and I feel like sometimes that you can feel how drying that is for your skin. So people who are like more oily would prefer to do that, but while other people that are like dry, they like wanna just have a light layer of like powder onto the face so they don't feel cakey, because sometimes I feel like that dryness you can definitely feel like in like the size of your nose and stuff. That's why you hear some people saying, oh, this powder is too drying, or like it's too sheer or something. It really depends on like what makeup product you're using and what your face type is. That's how it usually goes for everything. All the other face powders are basically not adding any weight to your face, such as like the bronzers, blushes, and highlight. Okay, so with lashes, I doubt you're gonna be like using lashes when you're like new to makeup, but I feel like you can definitely feel them especially at first, because they have glue, so you can kind of feel like the gooiness on like your lash line, but then throughout the day I feel like you get pretty comfortable with it, you get used to it. But then at the end of the day, it might get uncomfortable, like especially if the ends are like sticking to your eye or something. I can't get it perfect every time, but like if I blink really hard, I can like, it hurts. So I try to avoid blinking too hard, but yeah, with lashes, you can kind of feel it, but then you get used to it. Like, it just takes practice and stuff. Like, I definitely still feel it on this one as the glue is drying. And honestly, sometimes if you put it wrong and then like you blink a couple seconds, you can definitely feel something is off. So like you have to like take it off and then do it again. When you do like look up, like you can feel your lashes up there, which is kind of cool. It's like a cool fluttery feeling. So with lips, I feel like you can definitely feel them the most, but with a lip liner, you don't really feel that because you're mostly just like lining your lips. Let me turn on the light for you. So depending on lipstick, I feel like you can definitely feel like waxiness on top of your lips, but depending on like the brand, this is from ColourPop, like it's pretty lightweight. Basically like how a chapstick feels. I know my cousin, she doesn't like the feel of how waxy lipsticks can be, so she definitely avoids it. And lip gloss is also something you can feel. That's why there's some influencer who are like, oh, it's not too sticky or too goopy, and they like that because it's more comfortable feeling. If you like put Aquaphor on your lips or something like that, that's basically how it feels like just like a light layer of like something on your lips, but like throughout the day you definitely get comfortable and get used to it. And last but not least, setting spray. If your face is feeling like too dry and you want to hydrate it up, setting spray is like a perfect way to do it. And of course you can feel this at first. It's like, you know, water mist onto your face. It's kind of nice and refreshing, but like, you know, throughout the day you won't be able to feel it at all after you like dry it off. So that being said, you can't really feel your makeup, but by the end of the day you do feel like happy after you take off your makeup. It's like taking off a bra when you get home because you just want it off.